it's me Zoe here with Chestnut Hills Farmstead. We have one more week before it's Thanksgiving, and I thought we would do two of your most traditional side dishes that I can think of before we do our last video in this mini series of dressing next week. But today we're going to tackle two things that are super easy, but I have one ingredient that we're going to add that's going to really zhuzh things up. Well, you can see we're going to make two different things with just this a little amount of stuff. This is your pretty traditional side dish that I remember growing up so well. Green bean casserole. I mean, canned green beans, cream of mushroom soup, some milk, a little salt, pepper, seasoning. Mix it all up with some of your French fried onions. Super easy, pretty inexpensive, and it's really good and brings back fond memories. But we're also, if you see my pot's boiling, I'm boiling some eggs. We're gonna make some deviled eggs. This is something all of my kids know how to make because we've done it so many times. It's something that you do growing up, you know, in the kitchen with mom for the holidays. But we have a special ingredient that we're going to add. And I'm not sure how you're going to like it, but it's Nick's most favorite food in the whole wide world. Bacon. So I'm thinking, let's cook up a little bacon. We're going to add it to both of these dishes. So first, what we'll do, we'll go ahead and prepare them the traditional way, and then we'll add a little extra to it. But the first thing that we're going to do, we got to get these eggs peeled. So let me get them out of the boiler on ice water, and let's get those peeled up and ready to use. Alright, got a bowl. It's got some cold water in it, and as you see, I have already cracked the shell on these while the cold water is running, and it helps to separate, because for this we really would like for our eggs to stay whole. And what we'll do is the shells are going in one bowl. See how easy that's coming off. And I'm just putting the eggs back in that other bowl because we're going to rinse them one good time to make sure we got all the shell off and there's nothing left on them. This is usually the job that I give to Mackenzie to do while we're working on other stuff, because I usually take on the little more heavier recipes, and I just kind of let her do this because this is more of a measure with your heart. Some people like theirs a little more dry, a little thicker. Some people, what we're going to use is we're going to use sweet relish, and some people like to use dill relish. Your mayonnaise can change, you know. Some people might use Miracle Whip. We don't use Miracle Whip. So it's really just a matter of taste. But see, we always have one casualty. That's okay. We'll save it for the insides. And see, always have one casualty. So right now we're just doing a little prep work. I haven't really told you any measurements or anything. The only thing we've done is we've gotten our eggs boiled and letting those cool down a little bit. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up this bacon, and I'm going to cut it up into little bitty strips because we're going to use it in both recipes. Now, this is a lot of bacon. You won't need this much. You would probably only really need about half of this. I would say maybe 5 or 6 strips. So I'm going to go ahead and get our bacon prepped up. What kind of bacon you use is completely up to you. Don't think that you have to use the Wright's brand. Now this is our most favorite kind of bacon. We just happened to catch it on sale, so we took advantage of it. But a lot of times we do use Great Value brand, which is the, you know, the store brand, and or whatever is on sale. So I'm going to prep this all the same for both recipes right now, just in the prep work. Now when it's cooked, we're going to do something a little different between them. So right now, all I'm going to do is we're going to get this bacon cut down. We are going to just cut down the bacon into little strips that can cook down into little bite-sized pieces, because we don't want big chunky pieces throughout our dishes. All right, bacon is ready. So let's go ahead and get it to the skillet and get it ready and cooked up. And we're going to cook half of it all the way. We're going to cook the other half almost done, because we'll finish it up with another secret ingredient. We went ahead and got all this goodness in this pan. I don't know how y'all do it, but a good old plate with paper towels, that's the southern way. And that's what will get them out of the grease onto this, so that they can get good and crispy and dried up. So we are just going to let this render down for a little bit and get it good and cooked. Half of it we'll take off a little early, because we're going to do something a little extra with half before it's completely cooked. And then the other half we'll leave and let it finish cooking all the way down to put with our green bean casserole. Alright, you can see it's starting to get browned. So this is where we're going to take half of this out, because we want this to render down a little bit more in a few minutes when we do it with the other process. So we're just going to take out approximately half. We won't need as much for the eggs as we would like for the green beans. Probably do that. Okay. So now, let's just let this finish cooking up until it's nice and crisp. It won't take us very long. And then we'll strain this grease into our grease pot, and we'll get our green bean casserole going. Alright, let's get started on green bean casserole. We've got our bacon fried up nice and brown, got a little crunch to it, a little give. It's going to be great. So for this recipe, we're using 2 family-sized cans of the cut green beans, and I've already drained these. We're also going to use 2 regular-sized cream of mushroom soup. We've got 1.5 cups of milk. We've got garlic powder, onion powder, and you'll need salt and pepper. I'm using the Kinder's, the blend. It's got a little bit of garlic in it. And then we'll top it with some French fried onions. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get our cream of mushroom opened up. We're going to get them poured in this pan. So to save us from having to dirty a bunch of dishes, we're doing all this in the one pan. And let's go ahead and get this one. So what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to pour a little bit of the milk in here. To get some of that extra out. Let's get the rest of this soup out. I don't like letting ingredients go to waste. I paid for it. we need to use it. Same thing with this one. Gonna pour a little bit of our 1.5 cups of milk. Might as well, right? Use that to help get some of this stuff in here. There we go. Alright, got those out of the way. Milk. And pour all that in there. We're going to go ahead and season this heavily. This is to your liking. Seasonings, I always think, unless it's for baking, is to your liking. Not everybody's palates are the same. All right, let's give this a little bit of a mix before we start adding in our solids here. So what we're going to do is we're going to add both cans of our green beans in. We're going to add in half of our French onions. Give it a good stir. Now the oven is preheating to 350. What we will do is we will put this in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes. We're going to bring it out. We're going to give it a good stir. Again, we're going to top it with the rest of the French fried onions. Put it back in the oven for 10 minutes. And then it's going to be ready for dinner time. There was one more thing I wanted to mention before I get this into the oven. If you're not a bacon person, that's okay. You just leave it out and you'll still have the old-fashioned traditional green bean casserole. We like bacon, so add bacon. It's going to be good either way. Now, let's get to the oven. All right, let's move on to deviled eggs. I have a bowl with my eggs. And what I'm going to do is as I cut my eggs in half, I'm going to put my filling ingredients in my food processor. That way we can get it super smooth. Now, if you can take a fork, mash it up all you want, but the reason I'm doing that is because at the end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill my piping bag and I'm going to squeeze it into the eggs. Just a little something extra. You can use a spoon. You don't have to do all that. It's just what I'm doing, letting you know. So, we're going to take our eggs. We're going to cut it straight down the center. We're going to pop that center out of there. And it's going to go into our mixer. There we go. Simple enough. And you might not even have to dig it out. You might can just kind of squeeze it a little and that sucker's going to pop right on out anyway. Alright, we have all of our eggs ready. They're ready to be stuffed. We've got all of our yolks in here. Now we're just going to start. Only going to do a little bit of each thing because it doesn't take it long to go too far. You do not want runny filling. So take whatever your condiment of choice is. We do Duke's. And we're going to do, I'm going to say approximately 2 tablespoons worth. Yellow mustard. This is definitely a preference thing. We don't want a whole lot of tangy mustard. We already have tangy mayonnaise. So we're going to do maybe a teaspoon worth. Relish, I would say let's start with about a tablespoon's worth. We may add more relish. We're going to use onion powder, a good dose of that, and a good dose of garlic powder. Now I'm going to pulse this, and I want it to be thick, but I want it to be smooth. Thick. Pretty good. Okay. So we got that ready to go. So now what we're going to do, we're going to get our piping bag. We're going to fill it just like icing. Now if you want to be even more extra, you can put you a little star tip or anything. You don't have to put a tip. You can use a Ziploc bag and do the same thing. And get the same outcome. Just put it all in the corner of the bag. Don't cut it yet. Don't cut it. We're going to take it and squish it down. We're going to give it a whole whirl. And now it's ready to pipe. So let me cut this. And there we go. Man, that couldn't have been any more perfect. All right, so this is where you could stop. You could also sprinkle paprika on top, which we do a lot, but we're going to take these up a notch today. So let's get back to the stove with our bacon that we half cooked and add a special ingredient, and let me show you what we're going to do for these deviled eggs. This is our pan we cooked our bacon in to begin with. I drained off most of the grease. You can see I left just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and add in our undercooked bacon back in. And here's what we're going to do differently. We're going to make candied bacon. We're going to add some brown sugar, and we're going to cook this low. We're not going to fry it because we don't want to burn it, but we're going to let it all start heating up together. So let's see, there's about 1 spoonful. There's one more. So what we're going to do is we're just going to let this bacon cook down and candy itself with this brown sugar. And once it is sticky and moving easily, we will put it on a piece of parchment paper where we're going to let it cool, and then we're going to top those deviled eggs with it. So let's watch this as it begins to cook down. it's about done. So we're going to just put it on our parchment paper here. All right, green bean casserole. Let's get it all stirred up. All right, back in the oven we go. For about 10 minutes. Okay, bacon has cooled. It's candied. You see it's got that sheen on it. Our green bean casserole is almost done. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of our bacon. We're just going to kind of stick it down in there. Probably put a couple of pieces. We've had it at a restaurant that we like to go to for special occasions. And the only thing is they also candy some jalapenos. Our family is not a big fan of spice like that. So we didn't do that. So I'm only going to put it on half of them because if the kids don't want one with it, that'd be fine too. But we're just putting a little piece of the candied bacon in there and we'll have the rest to enjoy. It is time to get our green beans out of the oven. Well, there we go. Green bean casserole. Alright, got my taste testers here. Farmer Rhett's already gone to bed. Nick's busy, so it's up to them. Who wants to try the egg with the bacon? You want one with or without?
Okay.
You want with?
Yeah.
Alright, you have to tell them what you think. Matt, try one without. Is that good consistency?
Mm-hmm. It is.
They got good flavor?
With the bacon's better.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do as much relish because it hits real big with the sweet.
The relish.
With
Okay.
the juices.
Okay.
The bacon is better on it.
You like the bacon? Alright, y'all try this. Green bean casserole. Y'all know what green bean casserole tastes like?
We just dig it in.
Yeah, just don't double dip. And it's got bacon in it too. Don't burn your mouth. Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
It looks really good.
With that piece of bacon.
Mm-hmm.
Is it good with the bacon?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I guess we got another video of thumbs ups.
Yeah.
So, we hope you guys try it. Let us know if you do. Let us know what you do differently. Deviled eggs are definitely one of those things that can be taken many different directions. Let me know if you put something special in it. Green bean casserole is the same way. I have also seen people put cheddar cheese in it and mix it as well. It's really just how you want to do it. But we took our own little spin and added a little bacon to our party today. Turned out pretty good, I think. We see you guys next time at Chestnut Hills Farmstead. Bye, guys.